clips. In an exciting development that's generating buzz in the boxing world, Canelo Alvarez has been spotted training alongside Teofimo Lopez as he prepares for his highly anticipated fight against Edgar Berlanga. This clash is set to take place against the vibrant backdrop of Mexican Independence Day. When footage surfaced of Canelo Alvarez giving pointers to Teofimo Lopez, the focus of the boxing world shifted dramatically. This unexpected collaboration has sparked rumors, raised questions, and added a new layer of intrigue to Canelo's upcoming fight against Edgar Berlanga. With the bout set against the backdrop of Mexican Independence Day, many are wondering why Canelo, who is deep into his own critical training camp, is working with Lopez, a fighter from a different division and not involved in this match. Berlanga is clearly skeptical and has voiced his concerns, but the reasons behind this partnership might be more strategic than they appear. Canelo Alvarez, at 34 years old and with 65 fights under his belt, has never been one to shy away from training with younger fighters or sharing his extensive experience. According to Canelo, this collaboration is about more than just training. It's about strategy, building confidence, and perhaps even playing a few mind games belt the Mexican champion has seen. In a development that's causing quite a stir in the boxing world, Canelo Alvarez has been seen training alongside Teofimo Lopez as he gears up for his highly anticipated fight against Edgar Berlanga. Scheduled against the vibrant backdrop of Mexican Independence Day, this bout has sparked considerable intrigue. The footage of Canelo giving pointers to Lopez has shifted the focus of the boxing community. This unexpected partnership has ignited speculation, raised questions, and added a new dimension of excitement to Canelo's upcoming clash with Berlanga. At 34 years old and with 65 fights under his belt, Canelo Alvarez is known for his exceptional skills and rigorous preparation, which have kept him at the top for so long. However, his decision to bring Lopez, a formidable and unpredictable fighter from a different weight class, into his training camp has raised eyebrows. While Canelo and Lopez are both explosive in the ring, their styles and approaches to boxing are distinct. So, what's the strategic advantage for Canelo in working with Lopez? Is it a tactic to sharpen his reflexes against a younger, more aggressive opponent? Or is it a subtle message to Berlanga, suggesting that Canelo is preparing not just for him, but for future challenges as well? Berlanga appears to believe it's the latter. He views this collaboration as a potential distraction and a sign that Canelo might be feeling the pressure leading up to their bout. For Berlanga, this fight is a career-defining moment. Known for his devastating knockout power, he has rapidly ascended the super middleweight ranks and established himself as a serious threat. His aggressive style and relentless pace have earned him a reputation as one of boxing's most formidable contenders. This bout represents more than just a step up in competition for Berlanga. It's an opportunity to prove he belongs among the sport's elite. The sight of Canelo working with Lopez, another fighter who made headlines with a major upset, has clearly unsettled Berlanga. Determined to make his mark in boxing history, Berlanga is not letting any distractions deter him from his goal. Berlanga swiftly responded to the news, labeling Canelo's collaboration with Lopez as a desperate bid for attention. He firmly believes that no amount of training with Lopez will prevent him from delivering the beating he's prepared to give.
Trying to meet at Mexicans, so, and I asked them, damn, the only people, like, yeah, I got Puerto Ricans, but they don't hate on me like that, it don't be that.
It's not just a step up in competition for Berlanga, it's an opportunity to prove he belongs among the sport's elite. Seeing Canelo join forces with Lopez, a fighter who also made a name for himself with a stunning upset, has clearly struck a nerve. Berlanga understands that to cement his legacy in boxing, he must defeat Canelo, and he's not about to let anything sidetrack him. He quickly responded to Canelo, calling the move a desperate attempt to steal the spotlight. Berlanga also declared that teaming up with Lopez wouldn't save Canelo from the beating that's coming his way.
Tough fight, you know. We got business to handle September 14th, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people just keep mentioning Benavidez and all these guys, man. Like, y'all know it's not gonna happen. You feel me? And that's just
the world of boxing is no stranger to pre-fight drama, but the tension building between Edgar Berlanga and Saul Canelo Alvarez has reached a fever pitch. For Berlanga, this isn't just a step up in competition. It's his chance to prove he belongs among the sport's elite. However, the latest developments in Canelo's training camp have only fueled the fire, setting the stage for an explosive showdown that has everyone talking. It all started innocuously enough when a video surfaced online showing Canelo teaching Teofimo Lopez how to escape tricky positions on the ropes.
Content, and we're monitoring his heart rate at the same time while we're monitoring his oxygen saturation level.
Posted by Boxing Kingdom on Twitter, quickly went viral. In it, Canelo is seen calmly explaining various techniques to Lopez, who listens intently and follows the drills. For many, this was a classic iron sharpens iron moment. Two elite fighters pushing each other to new heights. But for Berlanga, it was something else entirely, a direct shot aimed at him. Berlanga, who is set to face Canelo in the near future, couldn't help but take the video personally. He quickly took to social media to voice his frustration, suggesting that Canelo was trying to play mind games. He can train with whoever he wants, Berlanga said in a recent post, but that doesn't change what's going to happen in the ring. As the video gained traction, Berlanga's irritation grew. For him, it did make sense. Why would Canelo, who is supposed to be preparing for a fight against him, waste time training with Teofimo Lopez? How does this make sense? Berlanga questioned. Why is Canelo, who's supposed to be preparing for me, wasting time with Teofimo? He must be worried. He knows I'm coming for him, so he's trying to cover all his bases. Berlanga went on to accuse Canelo of underestimating him and trying to play psychological games by bringing Lopez into the mix. Canelo is scared, Berlanga declared. He thinks he can distract me with these stunts, but it won't work. Training with Teo doesn't change the fact that I'm going to put him to sleep. Despite Berlanga's heated words, on the surface, this seemed like just another sparring session. Two top-tier fighters working together to improve their skills. But for Berlanga, it felt like something more sinister. He saw it as a deliberate attempt by Canelo to rattle him ahead of their fight. This isn't the first time Canelo has been seen training with up-and-coming talent. In the past, he famously worked with Ryan Garcia, another young fighter who was pegged as the future of the sport. That relationship, however, eventually soured, with Garcia parting ways with Canelo's camp in a very public fight. For Berlanga, the situation with Lopez feels eerily similar. He believes Canelo is spreading himself too thin, trying to do too much by working with fighters like Lopez instead of focusing on the task at hand, defeating him. Berlanga is doing everything he can to turn up the heat, and he's using every opportunity to get under Canelo's skin in the lead-up to their fight. Known for his knockout power and unshakable confidence, Berlanga has repeatedly called out Canelo's training choices, framing them as signs of weakness rather than strength. He sees Canelo's decision to work with Lopez as a desperate attempt to cling to relevance, rather than focusing on the real challenge ahead. For his part, Canelo has stayed mostly quiet about the situation. He's always been a fighter who lets his performance in the ring do the talking. However, his silence hasn't stopped Berlanga from making waves. In boxing, Canelo's had his time, Berlanga said in a recent press conference. Now it's my turn. He's not ready for what I'm bringing. It's a bold statement, but one that Berlanga seems determined to back up. And with Canelo's training sessions under the microscope, the stage is set for an explosive showdown on Mexican Independence Day. As if the heat between Canelo, Berlanga, and Lopez wasn't enough, there's another wrinkle to this story. For the second time, Canelo's fight will go head-to-head with a UFC pay-per-view event. UFC Noche is set to take place in Los Angeles on the same night as Canelo's fight, and both events are vying for attention. In the past, the UFC has struggled to compete with Canelo's star power, and this time looks to be no different. Reports have already surfaced that the UFC has had to lower ticket prices for their event, a clear sign that Canelo's fight is drawing more interest. The cheapest tickets for the UFC event initially started at $3,000, but with Canelo in the mix, the promotion has had to adjust its pricing strategy.